So, you're an actuary who's getting ready to take exam PA. Fantastic, because you've come to the right video. Here, I'll give you a guide so that you will be ready by the time that you sit down for your exam. The first warning is that communication is key. This is called a predictive analytics exam, but it may as well be called a communication exam because the way that you're graded is through your written communication. The exam is a computer-based exam, and it is only 5 hours and 15 minutes long. Now I say only because everyone who takes this exam runs out of time before they finish doing everything that they want to. It's also quite expensive. It is $1,200 to register and also get the course modules. If you are outside the US, the SOA does have a discount program, which you can find in the link below this video. On average, it's a 56% pass rate. There are a lot of topics on the syllabus. A lot. It would take you decades to learn everything if you were to start from scratch. But fortunately, you actuaries have a lot of prior experience, whether it's from taking the SRM exam, working in Microsoft Excel and in SQL already, or doing R programming or SAS programming. The syllabus has a number of different topics. This is analogous to a job description that sounds really technical, but in reality, when you do the day-to-day work, it's fairly straightforward. You learn predictive analytics problems and tools, how to structure a problem from a business perspective and then translate it into a statistical measure, data visualization, creating graphs and interpreting them, data types and exploration, data issues and resolutions, generalized linear models, decision trees, which include gradient boosted trees, random forests, single decision trees using the CART algorithm, and so forth, and unsupervised learning. This is principal component analysis, clustering. And then finally, most importantly, is communication. This is when you need to develop and justify an analytical solution. So what do you actually spend your time doing? There are three main things. The first is that you write in Microsoft Word. You need to be able to type more than 50 words per minute and write in clean professional language. You will manipulate data in R to quickly clean data sets and find errors that are planted by the SOA. Finally, you'll use machine learning and statistics. This is the bulk of the course, 40 to 50% of the questions. You'll fit predictive models, interpret results within a business context, and change model parameters. You can look at the specific computer setup. The SOA will give you a demo of the Prometric computer. You download the files and you open up RStudio and Word and Excel, and then when you finish the exam you have to upload everything. Now this is tricky because some people have gone through the 5 hours and then had a problem uploading their file, then they have to send an email to the SOA and they can recover it, yada yada yada. The tools that you'll use are Word, RStudio, R, and Excel. You'll have to download these onto your work computer or your personal computer. For R, you need, on the real exam, you'll use a specific version that's like frozen in time, and you'll only be able to use these libraries. Now, this is actually quite a lot to work with, and most of the time, all of these libraries aren't even used. But what this does is it gives you a very fixed framework so that when you practice, you will already be familiar with all the tools and the syntax when you sit for the real exam. You might ask, I don't use R in my daily job. Do I need to become an expert? There's no need to become an R expert. All the code is going to be provided for you. All technical experience is useful, but it's not required. I already know R. Do I still need to study? Yes. depending on your experience, you'll need to focus on the things that you don't know. If you come in to having taken an analytics course in predictive modeling, you'll need to work on the communication, on the hands-on practice, and the data visualization. If you come in with a really strong communication background and you can do presentations and type really quickly, then you'll just need to brush up on the basics of the format and then spend the most of your time learning the core statistical concepts. The syllabus recommends 4 different books. Only one of them we would recommend. The first one, Regression Modeling with Actuarial and Financial Applications. I have not worked with anyone who's actually read when they took the test. It's certainly not a requirement. The second one I would recommend, an Introduction to Statistical Learning, is called the Machine Learning Bible in Data Science, because it is really the grandfather of textbooks that almost everyone will be familiar with. The other 2 books are For Everyone and Data Visualization, A Practical Introduction, are really great to have in your desk, just as a reference manual if you're doing R programming in your job. However, they're not required for passing exam PA. So how can you study? You have a lot of study methods available. Everyone will have access to the SOA's modules. Everyone also has the prior exams. Now, we're getting up to, going back to 2018, 2019, but the most recent exams from December of 2020 and June of 2020 are the most relevant. So really save the best for last. Try to get your practice early on the older stuff, and then work up to the more relevant things like the week before your exam. You also have some older SOA sample projects, hospital readmissions, and student success. You should definitely use our free online study guide. This is a comprehensive guide that covers every single topic on the exam. It shows you the R programming and the statistics so that you can just copy and paste and run these things on your own computer. It covers the same material that's on the SOA's modules. However, we still recommend that you read through the modules. This will really give you a summarized Cliff Notes version of all of the topics that you need to learn. You can enroll in our online course. This is the most comprehensive way to get all of this information in a condensed format. You have practice exams, now 10 exams. We just released the solution to the December 2020 exam, and you can hone your skills on realistic problems and then get feedback by watching our solution videos and fast forward so that you can speed up your learning process. We also have detailed lesson videos where our lecturer will go through all of the topics on the course and go through real practice problems from first principles using the statistical concepts and then answering them as you would sitting for a real exam. So best of luck on exam PA, future actuaries. I know that you are all going to pass this exam and earn your credential. It's just a matter of when. Best of luck.